What if I told you a driver could do everything right, dominate an entire race, lead the most laps, have the fastest car, and still lose the championship in the final moments? Well, that's exactly what happened to Denny Hamlin at Phoenix Raceway, and honestly, it was one of the hardest things we've ever had to watch in NASCAR. Stay tuned, because we're breaking down how Kyle Larson stole the championship right from under Hamlin's nose, and why this might be the most heartbreaking moment in NASCAR championship history.
Ryan Blaney has won his way into the championship.
A great day for Kyle Larson.
Seventh career win in his 100th.
Joey Logano takes the checkered flag. Hell yeah, boy!
Denny Hamlin came into the weekend with everything on the line. We're talking about a 20-year veteran, a 60-time race winner, and an absolute legend of the sport who's headed straight to the Hall of Fame. But there's one thing missing from his resume: a Cup Series championship. Just one. And this weekend looked like it was finally going to be his moment. His father hadn't been doing well health-wise, and there's the whole lawsuit drama surrounding him, and time is just ticking away. At some point you start wondering, is this ever going to happen for Denny Hamlin? Well, he came to Phoenix prepared. He won the pole position, which means he earned the right to start first. He led the most laps during the race and was literally pulling away from everyone in the final laps, and I mean everyone. William Byron, who was my personal pick to win, Hamlin was leaving him in the dust. Ryan Blaney, who's known for being incredible on long runs at Phoenix, Hamlin was even faster than him. This was quite possibly Denny Hamlin's best championship performance ever. But here's where things get crazy. Denny wasn't just fast, he was dominant. Even when he had clutch pedal issues in the first half of the race, he and his team worked through it. His crew chief, Chris Gale, had this car dialed in perfectly. With just a few laps to go, Denny Hamlin was cruising to his first championship. The 11 car was untouchable. Fans were ready to celebrate. This was it. This was finally Denny's moment. And then a caution flag came out. William Byron, who was running second, blew a tire and hit the wall with just 4 laps to go. Suddenly, we had a late race caution, and that meant one thing: a restart that would decide everything. Now, here's where strategy comes in, and here's where things get interesting. Denny's team had a choice to make on pit road. Do you take 4 fresh tires and have better grip, but lose track position? Or do you take 2 tires, sacrifice some grip, but keep your spot at the front? The Hamlin team decided to take 4 tires, and honestly, I do get why they did it. Just 2 nights ago, in the Craftsman Truck Series race, a driver named Corey Heim made the same exact call, chose tires over track position, made an incredible 7-wide move, and won the championship. Chris Gale and the 11 team probably thought, it worked on Friday night, why not try it again? Here's the problem. Cup Series cars aren't trucks. The tires are different, the competition is different, and most importantly, Kyle Larson and his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, made a different call. Kyle Larson took just 2 tires. And let me be real with you. Before this restart, nobody thought Kyle Larson was going to win this championship. He hadn't won a single race in the final 10 playoff races. He was running a solid top 5 all night, but he wasn't dominating like Denny was. But Cliff Daniels made a bold gamble. Take 2 tires, get that track position, and trust that Kyle Larson could do what Kyle Larson does best: make magic happen on a restart. And that's exactly what happened. On that final restart with just 2 laps to go, Kyle Larson rolled the outside lane in turns 1 and 2 like the champion he is. He went up high near the wall, squeezed into a gap that barely existed, and somehow made it work. Vintage Kyle Larson. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin, starting further back with his 4 fresh tires, just couldn't make up the ground in time. In a 2-lap shootout, track position was king, and Larson had it. When the checkered flag waved, Kyle Larson was your 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion. When Denny parked his car after finishing the race, he sat in the cockpit for several minutes, just composing himself. When he finally got out, he hugged his longtime partner, hugged his crew chief Chris Gale, and then walked over to his pit crew. Coach Joe Gibbs came by to pat him on the back, but what do you say in that moment? In his post-race press conference, Denny summed it up perfectly. He said, "You work so hard, and this sport can drive you absolutely crazy because sometimes speed, talent, and all that stuff just doesn't matter.
gosh, you work so hard, and it's just, this sport can drive you absolutely crazy because it's just sometimes speed, talent, all that stuff just does not matter. Kyle Larson has the trophy, but we dominated. We did our job. We did the best we could. They're a championship team and a championship driver, and they're going to win a hell of a lot more than just these two. You know, when everyone had to bring their best, I think it was evident who was the best today.
The whole situation reminded me of what happened to Carl Edwards back in 2016. Edwards was another Hall of Fame caliber driver who had never won a Cup Series championship. That year in Homestead, he was finally in position to finally get it done. Late caution, restart, and then wreck. Carl Edwards retired without ever winning a NASCAR Cup Series championship. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about Kyle Larson, because he deserves his flowers too. This is his second Cup Series championship, which puts him in elite company alongside Kyle Busch and Joey Logano as the only active multi-time champions. And before anyone says he didn't deserve it, let's look at the facts. Kyle Larson had 3 wins this season, tied for 4th most. He had the most top 10 finishes, the second most laps led, and one of the best average finishes all year. If you use the old school full season point system, Larson earned the most points of anyone in 2025. This man put together a championship-worthy season, period. Was he the best car on Sunday night? No, that was Denny. But over the course of the entire season, you can absolutely make the argument that Kyle Larson was your champion. Plus, this probably helped heal some wounds from last year, when Larson won 6 races, the most of anyone, but didn't even make it to the championship race. Oh, and by the way, can we talk about how Ryan Blaney actually won this race? Yeah, Kyle got the championship, but Blaney took home the checkered flag. Ironically, he won it on a short-run restart, even though his car was set up for the long run, which is just wild. And here's a crazy stat. Kyle Busch finished in the top 5. After the frustrating season he's had, that's got to feel good. As for the other championship contenders, William Byron probably had the second best car all day before that tire failure. He even apologized to Denny afterward, saying he felt bad for being the guy who caused the caution that changed everything. Chase Briscoe fought through multiple tire issues and still managed to stay competitive all race long. Both these guys, Byron and Briscoe, they'll be back. They're young, they're talented, and their time will come. This finish was emotionally jarring, especially if you're a Denny Hamlin fan. To see someone dominate like that and still lose is just brutal. But that's also what makes NASCAR so incredible and so frustrating at the same time. The best car doesn't always win, and that unpredictability is both the beauty and the curse of this sport. So, where does Denny Hamlin go from here? Well, he's got 2 more years on his contract. He's still fast and he's still capable, but time is running out and that championship window doesn't stay open forever. This one is going to hurt for a while. As for Kyle Larson, enjoy it, man. You earned it. So what did you think of this race? Was it heartbreaking, exciting, both? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you made it this far, you're a real one. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our off-season content.